And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? I've had a heck of a sweaty weekend, and not for anything, not for any good reason. Just, it seems to be that the humidity in this country at this moment was so fucking high that I stank. It was ridiculous. I am not a person who likes to perspire, but it was ridiculous. And I was trying to build cupboards as well. The Billies, you know, those very popular IKEA shelves. So that was just the worst. Hated every minute of it. But they look good, so, you know, it's all right. How much is this going to last? Too long. Far too long. But they're an hour apiece, and they're not good. So if you're looking for something good, not here. I have proper videos, you can watch those. Those are good. But these streams are just for chatting shit and talking nonsense and, and catching up and seeing what's going on. Mrs. Sick is not doing particularly great. She is here.
Hello.
But she may disappear. She's had to have... you don't mind me saying...
No, I don't give a shit.
Special prep for the butthole camera, which involves basically drinking seawater that vaguely tastes of various fruit. I can't imagine it's great, and
it's gross.
Yeah, and so it flushes you out, and it's pretty effective stuff. So she will more than likely be disappearing, if not before the end of the stream, as soon as it's done, I imagine. So you be nice than usual. That doesn't mean be fully nice. Video or it didn't happen. You want to watch Mrs. Sick shit herself inside out. There are websites for that. It won't be her, but you know, I'm sure somebody has presented that. And
Jet wash is accurate.
Yeah, it's noisy stuff. Actually, to be fair, I can't hear it from in here, but I can imagine it being not great. I would die of laughter if my doc was getting ready to insert and he said, "Smile one." For God's sake. Yeah, annoyingly, we only found out the day before, well, yesterday, because it's happening tomorrow. We found out yesterday that they'd actually wanted to do a throat camera as well. But no one had thought that maybe they should tell her. So she found out from this letter that came like a week after we were told everything. And we were like, oh, that's just confirming things. Oh, shit, sorry. So we'll just ignore it because we've been told what's going to happen. And then it turned out that, yeah, there was way more to it. Fuck. So that involved an annoying conversation today. I didn't have to do it, thankfully. But yeah. But that's our weekend. Salty water and, well, I guess it's the end of the weekend, but still, you know, salty water and cupboards. And Mrs. Sick going to shit. Going both ways spit roast cam. I don't think that's what they call it professionally. I'm pretty sure it has some other name. The throat one is even more uncomfortable if you have a gag reflex. I imagine it's uncomfortable regardless. Her sister's had both.
Multiple.
And she recommends against being coherent when they do the throat can. The butt one is tolerable, but the throat one is apparently absolutely fucking awful. Like, way worse. Like, if you've been one of those people like, ooh, don't go near my bum, blah, 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 you should be more concerned with your throat. That's the one that fucking hurts. Hang in there. If my stepmom can make it, I got faith in you. Tots and pears. Yeah, I mean, she's done it before. We don't know. Well, we've got plans now. For the throat cam, but it's going to be done separately, which I think feels like a better way to do it. I can't imagine having both camera crews in either end at the same time. Well, yeah, no, it sounds fucking awful.
I'm having a colonoscopy.
Yeah, not the barium enema. It is full on camera crew. I can sympathise. I had to do the butt one last year. Apparently, if you get to like 50, everyone should have one by age 50. It's just like worth checking to see if everything's okay. But yeah, so we've got until what 3 tomorrow before your appointment.
Yeah, something like that.
And she has to do the salt thing again in the morning, which is just fucking great. Her throat is proper physical issues. The other is just kind of embarrassing in comparison.
Oh, I don't care. I don't really get embarrassed that often. But my main problem is because I have a fear of drowning.
So having it...
anything that goes in my throat, I hold my breath.
Mm.
So when I drink water, I hold my breath. When I brush my teeth, I hold my breath. And it's an annoying habit that I've picked up ever since I was a kid. But,
Yeah.
So anything, if it's going down my throat, I will constantly keep holding my breath, and it'll be very disruptive.
We've got a Sam who's 19 and has to get one. Oof. What's the difference between oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer? The taste. I was gonna say, I hope you know the difference. Gotta do what you gotta do to stay healthy. Humans are gross / shrug. Yeah, I mean the main thing has been when we found out about the extra fucking thing, and that we hadn't organised for that, because you know, I have to look after the kids. I also have to work, so I wouldn't have been able to go with her on the day that it was booked for, and none of her family were available either until maybe after she was done. But she wouldn't be able to do the throat thing, so it was like, oh fuck, we've been preparing. I mean, it's mostly her, but I've been helping. You know, for this part of it has been. Apparently, if you didn't know this, if you ever think that you might have an issue with gluten, if you're going for any test for it, eat it. Even if you're like, oh, why would I eat the gluten? I'm clearly having problems with it. I'm going to stay off of it because it makes me feel better, but I want to get a test to make sure. Yeah, you fucking have to eat it. Otherwise, it doesn't show up or some shit. But no one told us this the first time. So that was nice. So, yeah, we prepared the last 2 weeks. It started off kind of fun because I've been able to have pizza and burgers and shit that we have been basically avoiding because it's all got fucking gluten in it. It was fun for the first, like, day. And I have realised just how much older I am now that I'm almost sick of shit like that, of fun... tasty stuff. I'm like, I can't wait to have something that's just rice and veg and a normal piece of chicken. That sounds fucking amazing.
This morning, I was like, I was getting breakfast and eating that sugary crap that the girls eat.
Yeah.
And I was longingly looking at the bananas.
Yeah.
I was like, I really want a banana.
Normally, she's like banana, blueberries and raspberries on like a gluten-free granola, and she just can't have it. It's like, oh god, I prefer it so much. Hopefully it'll help you you know, feel less terrible about the standard meal that I do. I have a standard meal that if we don't have any plans, that's what we get.
Sirloin as well. They can put you under for a colonoscopy, but they recommend people to be lucid in case they need people to be responsive, so they know when the pain and thing is, so they know not to tear people's bowels.
Yeah.
Like if they absolutely have to because it's too painful, like if you've got like colitis or something, and it's incredibly painful to go through your intestine, then they would put you to sleep. But otherwise, they would prefer just you being awake.
I was in twilight sedation for my endoscopy colonoscopy combo. I didn't remember the procedure itself afterwards. It felt like being woken up from a way too short of a nap. So it was just like in and out. Oh, what the fuck? I guess it's like being woken up from nodding off, which is just the worst. I still think cilantro tastes like soap. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I actually a couple of weeks back, I hadn't really understood it because I can have a decent amount of like dried cilantro in something and it doesn't, well, coriander we call it. But then she had a meal somewhere and it had a big piece of it. So I was like, oh, I'll try it. I bet it doesn't taste like soap. I ate a great big chunk of it. And I was like, okay, I get it now. Fully get it. My God, why?
It actually tastes like soap. It's like when you made me Thai green.
Yeah.
And you
I put shitloads of it in.
Sprinkled it everywhere on it, and I was just
because I was like, oh, this shit's lush.
And I was like, wow, if you just washed this bowl, because it really tastes like soap.
Yeah, big brain move. So yeah, we're gonna go back to decent food. Maybe it'll help encourage us. Like, how crap was that couple of weeks where you thought it was gonna be fun? Soap shavings in my burrito. Just no time for overuse of coriander. God damn it, Ben Wu. But yeah. Benji, are you upset that I haven't paid attention to you? Here you go. Here's your attention. Are you happy now? Are you going to shut up? Why was the chef in a panic? He ran out of time. I mean, obviously.
No, not all the time jokes.
I mean, it's not even the same herb or spice or whatever the fuck you want to call it. In Arizona, one of the few sane places that doesn't do all the clock changing nonsense. It is very stupid, especially as we understand that good sleep health, good sleep hygiene is so fucking important, and just switching it up for no goddamn reason, where, like, there used to be a good reason, but there isn't anymore. Like, people can just have a different set of timings for their fucking farms and shit. I'm pretty sure an extra hour makes no difference. They'll just get up earlier when they want to. It's ridiculous, but yeah. Hawaiian and Guam also don't use Hawaiian and Guam. Do you mean Hawaii? Don't use daylight saving. There's lots of places that don't, and I wouldn't be offended by it going away. I've got a weird palate because autism, and I was used to coriander in curries without thinking it tasted like soap. I mean, it doesn't taste like soap to everybody.
No, there's a certain gene mutation that causes people to make it taste like soap.
Maybe try a big fresh sprig of it and see if that might, because that was my sort of, oh, I get it now. I still use coriander in things, like it's a less is more kind of situation.
I don't know, any amount tastes like soap to me.
Well, I always put a little bit in Thai green curries.
Do you?
Yeah. So clearly,
I just assumed that was the bowl.
Well, why would it be the bowl? Like, I make other things that don't have a soapy taste to them.
Because occasionally, when you got something that's really soupy and loads of sauce, and you put it in a bowl that's been cleaned,
okay,
it tastes a bit soapy.
I've never had that experience.
Really?
No.
Pretty much most of the time it happens.
Since when can you taste anything? What's going on?
Soap has a very distinct
it's
flavour.
The one flavour she can taste is soap. It's a shame you don't fucking like it, because we could fix. You just put coriander on everything. Just coriander donuts.
No, I need really spicy food to actually taste food, but soap is very strong flavoured, I guess.
Time Lord, my sister is feeling bad and I can't fix it. Just try and be there for them, mate. You can't always fix things, and sometimes people just want someone to listen to them. So, best piece of advice I can come up with is be there and listen, and don't try to fix things if it doesn't seem that you can't. They might just have a shoulder to cry on that shit. Can really help. Anyway, I have the Russell Brand gene. It tastes like bullshit.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
My mum actually washed my sister's mouth out with soap as a kid. Wow.
Soap tastes like cilantro. Gross. Ugh, why does the taste of cilantro? Eats more. I find it funny that vanilla is slang for basic or plain when it's used in cooking to add complexity, when it is one of the most delicious things on the fucking planet.
Like vanilla extract,
So strong.
Is
So
really nice.
Oh my god.
But vanilla ice cream doesn't taste like
So
anything.
basic vanilla ice creams usually, I swear they just don't have vanilla in them. They think that vanilla is the taste of
Like
nothing.
when I made
so they add nothing.
I'm making banana bread and it says, oh, put 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I use like half a bottle. It's like, I need to taste this.
I had this vanilla milkshake from somewhere, and it was so fucking nice because it was proper strong vanilla flavor. Amazing stuff.
You sound like you're advertising it. It's
what, vanilla?
Amazing stuff.
If vanilla sponsored me, I feel like I'd really goddamn made it. I am being fucking sponsored by Basic Foods.
This video is brought to you by bread.
Yeah, by the concept of starch. Vanilla yogurt was amazing. Vanilla yogurt is amazing. I love a good vanilla yogurt.
I can't really taste
vanilla
it.
whiskey sounds good. It does. There must be a vanilla whiskey. There's no way there isn't. Although oftentimes I find that certain sweet whiskies, it can completely fucking ruin it.
Does Buffalo Trace has vanilla in it?
Yeah, it has. It has notes of vanilla.
I like Buffalo Trace.
I like Buffalo Trace too, and I like its big brother, Eagle Rare. I think that's the same company, but I'm not sure. My mum once made vanilla ice cream with a whole vanilla pod, and the smell and taste was sensational.
I love how we always end up talking about food.
It's the universal constant, isn't it? Everybody likes food. There's very few people who just don't like food at all. I know that they exist, and they literally only eat because they would die otherwise. But it's, yeah, that and music. Almost everybody has an opinion on it. It's weird that milk used to sponsor stuff back in the day. Milk. Or Hungry for Apples? That's a Rick and Morty reference. Can't make those anymore. Not for any good reason, but because the fans are obnoxious. Brought to you by Carbon. I like that. I'd go for hydrogen. You know, the original, the best.
Death Row Last Meal Go.
Death Row Last Meal. Oh, God.
Fajitas.
An infinite
but that's
one.
just my favourite food, so, and I would happily eat fajitas all the time.
All you can eat buffet.
Mixed cuisine, all you can eat buffet.
Yeah, that would be my last meal.
Fuck
it, I'd eat myself to death.
You would probably have fried chicken, wouldn't you?
No, because it's fucking boring. I really like fried chicken.
Chicken wings, then.
But I'd need something. You know, you'd have to go for it. I wouldn't think that you'd want something basic and simple. Although then again, you've probably been in prison for a long time and you've probably been eating not fantastic food. So the one thing that you want is the one thing that you used to have all the time. Yeah, JP Wise's vanilla whiskey. I will have to check that out. Thoughts on pineapple on pizza? I just don't fucking care.
I like it.
She likes it. I don't give a shit.
But it's because I can taste it, and I really like pineapple, so...
Her Mrs. Six's favourite pizza from a place, it's a barbecue sauce.
Oh, it has all sorts on that one.
Jalapenos, pineapple,
peppers,
and chicken.
Peppers, onions.
And chicken.
Yeah, it has chicken on it.
Yeah, and she fucking loves it. She rants and raves about it. She can't have it anymore. I did offer to get it for this week, and she was like, no, I'll just have a...
I'm not supposed to have things that are an irritant.
I know, but that was 5 days.
Even though the thought of jalapenos is making me drool, I'm like, oh, I have to behave.
You will be able to have them after... Well, you need to take a day off.
Yeah, I have to take a day off before.
Crown Royal Vanilla Whiskey, but it's £44 a bottle. Oof. But Christmas. Pineapple and olive pizza, sweet and salty. I imagine that would actually be quite interesting. I don't really care what's on pizza so long as it's food. No, you don't care what's on pizza so long as it's someone else's. The best flavour of pizza is that guy's. You just take it and run. Fruit doesn't belong on pizza. What about tomato sauce? Exactly. I mean, there's the whole thing. Jalapenos, pepperoni, and pineapple. There's a lot of pineapple fans here today. But, yeah. I just don't care. Like, I wouldn't pick it, but if it was on it, I wouldn't be like devastated like some people are.
I don't know. A lot of fruit goes with cheese for me.
I'd be more upset if it was like what's that fucking ridiculously salty fish? Anchovies? That anchovy pizza, I think that's the one. It's just like, God, no. That sounds fucking...
No, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm not really into seafood.
And also, it's clearly, as written down, it's clearly called anchovies. Cheese is a fruit. I grew them on a tree once. Fair. We make pizza at work. Pineapple, ham, bacon, and barbecue. That sounds pretty good, actually. Although bacon is one of those ones that when you try to do it yourself, it's really easy to fuck it up. I also remember back in the old days, we tried to make a noodles pizza, like a ramen pizza. That did not work well. Also, sausage pizza, that worked okay. Everything goes on pizza. That's why it's so great. Daughter's favorite pizza is Hawaiian with anchovy. Okay, that sounds a bit much. As in, it shouldn't have anchovy on it. You can make pizza on potato-based bottom. Well, we do have access to certain free-from products. So she can have pizza. It's just not the same. The pizza that we get from our favoured place just has like quite thick doughy pizza, and it's really nice. Not like doughy, like undercooked or raw, but just like it just perfect amount. Too thin is crap, and too thick is also crap. But yeah, but you can't get the same thing with the gluten-free ones. It's kind of like not necessarily cardboardy, but it's not great. Why do you guys have shovels? And why does it look like you guys are burning something off camera? Did you bury a body? Well, there are fucking flame particles because there used to be a fire on screen and it gives extra animation. There's shovels because we're digging up the whiskey stash. And I got one and that was enough. And then she's continuing. Cauliflower dough is okay. Ooh, I can imagine. Banana pancakes. If you've ever had those, like at least if they're done right, can be very, very nice. I tried to make some myself and without any instructions, and I completely fucked it up. You should always look up instructions and not just go, "Oh, I wonder if that'd work," and it won't. I thought anchovy was a B-side olive until I caught one. Until I caught one in Stardew Valley. Video game just taught you were an idiot. No offense. I used olive brine when boiling pasta water. Gives it the brackish pasta puttanesca, the prostitute's pasta, or nice flavor without the rendered anchovies. Okay, that sounds complicated. I went to school with a kid named Michael Hunt. And, no, I'm not going to say it. When do we get pizzas delivered by drones? I'm pretty sure that there are places that do it, but they're like exclusive and probably for like rich people. Choco banana pancakes. Yeah, that sounds sick. Whiskey treasure hunt could be fun. An actual whiskey treasure hunt would be amazing because it would actually end with something good. It's very few treasure hunts that are interesting. So here's a fucking box of Christmas tree decorations. Like, fuck off. Or Easter egg hunts are just lame. You don't even get the Easter chicken out of it. Terrible. I had an aunt named Cunt Cuntington. I find that highly sus. I feel like you're making that up. If there was anyone called that, I'd be amazed. I mean, it's not impossible. Some people are fucking awful when they name their kids. Raising a glass or three of Abalur to you both. Thank you very much. Mrs. Sick has had to disappear. If you haven't noticed, she hasn't spoken in a while. Yeah, the saltwater cleanse, we'll call it. Less of a cleanse, and yeah, It's a preparation. It's actual medicine for an actual medical procedure. We don't do any fucking woo here. Mana is not exclusive. They are the delivery option for something like 15 local places here. Is that what a drone delivery thing, or is someone talking about something else? My aunt dated a guy named Donut. Was it Donut? God damn, I've forgotten his name now. Something Delano Donut from Red vs. Blue. Because he's great. I love him. Boy, Mrs. Sick, have fun on the bog. I think she's done. She might be done. It'll get less and less as the night goes on. I did once meet someone called Richard Head, and surprisingly, he wasn't one. I think if you are named Richard Head, the last thing you need to be is actually a dickhead. Amazing race with drunk people. Can they find anything? See, I'm vaguely aware of what the Amazing Race is, but I think it might be a bit before my time.
Really?
You what? Oh, the cat's in her chair, I think. That would be my guess.
Come on.
Yeah, as soon as you stand up in this house, you will turn around and there will be a cat in your chair. She is absolutely awful for that.
Ouch.
We once had a senator, Dick Sweat. That's fucking great.
Ouch.
That's got to be my favourite name of anyone ever.
Fine, I'm going to sit on you.
It was a cartoon from the early 70s, I think. Yeah, so very much before my time. I am an 80s/90s kid. I was born in the 80s, but I consider myself to have grown up in the 90s. I'm starting free ETMS, electrocephalography guided transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's woo, but I get a free smartwatch out of the deal. That's fucking hilarious. I'm doing the woo for the smartwatch.
These ones with like having brain stimulation things to help people with neurological issues.
I mean, it's been proven that electrocuting people does something. It's just
one of the
it
ones
was more art than science back in the day.
It was to help people with tics and Tourette's to see if they can like redirect the signal.
Personally, I think we should just randomly electrocute everyone all the time. I think that would be far better, and it would really level the playing field.
Just have the threat of it.
Yeah. Everyone's just terrified to touch anything metal. I had a paper to take notes at an appointment about ADHD stuff, and all I was left with was a drawing of the coolest geometry dash level ever. That's fucking perfect. Well, I have an important thing to take notes on, but I have just thought of something cool I could make when I get back home. Free is free. Free. Well, to be fair, free is not free. Your time is not free. So if you do something that is a waste of time, even if you get something out of it, you have to really weigh up whether or not it was truly worth your time. Like, I would definitely rather just buy myself a smartwatch than go to some fucking woo place and have people do nonsense at me. Sometimes the nonsense can be dangerous nonsense. Like, I don't like the stuff that does nothing, but it's better than the stuff that's actively harmful. Like, there's no two ways about it. Electrocution is a truly shocking experience. Thank you, Dick. I'm surprised your second name isn't Head. Yeah, but if Elon offered you a new Tesla truck, if you agreed to put his brain chip in, that'd still be ungood. That'd be extremely ungood. Plus, you know, you'd have a brain chip in as well. Let alone the fucking truck. Jesus. God, the horror stories of those fucking trucks. It's like people got them home and they would already be rusting. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever heard that happening before. unless they all drove through the goddamn ocean, I just don't understand. I've had ECT recommended to me by my psych. Not keen on the idea, honestly. I mean, ECT is electroconvulsive therapy. It's used to treat depression. In my case, made things much worse. That's just fucking fantastic. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, I know a guy who had it, and he was a dick. I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that he had it. He was just a bit of an arrogant prat, but he also had other issues. So I didn't hold it too much against him. I have a stupid watch. I can't stand it when my appliances are more intelligent than I am. Fair. Although, I'm not going to lie, I would like a smart fridge at this point, because no one ever fucking tells me when we run out of things. And then they all get mad at me because I'm the one who does the shopping. It's like, I'm not fucking psychic. You need to tell me when we run out of milk. Mrs. Sick does. It's the kids. The amount of time I've gone.
I was gonna say, like,
yeah.
Sorry, like, when did I do that?
You might have done it once, but like, I can give you that. But when I come up to the milk regularly and I don't get to have cereal,
that's because the girls use like a full bowl of milk for like tiny bits of cereal.
Yeah, our kids put the milk in first for cereal. I don't know where I went wrong.
It's because she doesn't like it being soggy.
Yeah, but just have a small amount and a small amount of milk.
Yeah, I have told her that.
No,
so now she has 2 small bowls instead of having 1 big bowl.
Don't clean it with water. Also, clean it immediately. One of the firefighters in the area has a matte black Cybertruck. So he didn't even want it in the one color you can get, because it's wrong. I saw there's one that's going around. I think it's like a gold one. It's like gold electroplating on it. And honestly, it almost looks better than the real one. At least it's interesting.
Thanks for stopping by, Sketch.
What if an update bricks your fridge? What happened to the microwave? That's pretty bad. I would definitely have to buy one that I could fuck with. All of my technology, as best I can, has to be something that I can open and fiddle with. The only thing that I don't know how to fiddle with is our washing machine, which has turned out to be kind of a mistake, because now I can't get the fucking tumble dryer portion of it to work again, which I really need to contact them about, but I keep forgetting because ADHD brain. My new doctor was coked up when I went to see him last week. That's just fucking great. Jesus Christ. I have sleeps to catch. I was happy to share dumb stories. It made my night, seriously. Thanks very much. I think the Cybertrucks are incredibly ugly, but no one cares what I think. They look like PlayStation graphics. That is correct. And it would be cool if it wasn't like a huge brand like Tesla. They'd be a lot more interesting to me if it was some nobody thing and they went, look what we've done. I'd think it was kind of cool then. But it has the kind of too ubiquitous problem. They're fucking everywhere. So I just don't give a shit. There's like that really, really ugly van that just, it has sort of monster face. I can't remember what it was called. It's very, very boxy. And while they are very ugly, I've seen so few of them, I begrudgingly respect it, is the best way I could put it. Smart washer dryer combos are amazing. They are when they're working properly. And this thing's quite new. So I'm pretty annoyed. Every fucking instruction I've looked up for it is about a different one from their line, which is driving me fucking crazy. And yeah, it's a function that I paid for that I can't use, and I really need to sort that shit out. Where I live, there are tons of people who own Cybertrucks. They look cool on the inside. Well, I mean, a lot of modern high-end vehicles have very lovely insides. And so they should. I mean, it's the bit that fucking matters. At the end of the day, when you're driving around, who gives a fuck what your car looks like? If someone thinks your car's cool or thinks your car is ugly, but you're really comfortable, fuck them. Hey, everyone and every two. The threes, they get completely dismissed out of hand. It's terrible. And you completely missed out on us tens, like me. Terrible. Cybertruck Transformers. Transformers, rusty on inside. My washer connects to the internet and reports if it's broken. Well, mine can't. Because it won't connect to the living room Wi-Fi. It's very fucking annoying. I've tried it 3 times and then I gave up. So it might do that, but it can't. It literally can't connect to its thing. Yeah. Cybertrucks in here in California coast are all rusted. Really laughable. Yeah. Like, rust on cars, in my experience, it's like they're old. Or like they've been abused. Not fucking brand new things. That's just crazy. I feel safer in a Pinto. Everybody does. Is Mrs. Sick digging a hole? She's digging for whiskey. How do you get your whiskey? The interior of my Cybertruck is a Dave and Buster's. That's pretty funny. And I know what that is as well. It sounds awesome. I want to go to a Dave and Buster's. It's like grown-up Chuck E. Cheese, basically, is the best way I've understood it. I drive an SUV. I hate it. Then get a different vehicle, unless you absolutely need it. Get a grip. There are whiskey mines. There are always whiskey mines. You just have to know where to look. I don't. I like not being in jail. So sorry for what? Funny video of a doofus walking over his cyber urinal to show it's strong and breaks the windscreen. I mean, it's a great big piece of glass. It's quite an impressively engineered piece of glass. But yeah, I wouldn't fucking walk on it. It's not designed to support a person's weight. We need the SUV, do we? That always sucks. To need something you hate is just the worst. Can I get a map to the whiskey mines? No. Why would I give you that? I need that. And there's only one. My washer needs to connect to the electrical grid so that it works. It's retro. Mine has to connect to the electrical to work too. Don't they all? I'll just keep my Nissan Skyline GTR, even though I can't speed it in Japan. Oh no. That's always one of the ones that I would buy if I play something like Gran Turismo. Like, I know fuck all about cars, but there's a few that I quite like. Mrs. Sick quite likes various muscle cars. You like muscle cars?
I like Mustangs.
Yeah, she likes certain muscle cars and
I like Jaguars.
And Jaguars and muscle cars. So it had to rhyme. And I like the Ferrari 360 Spider, and I like the McLaren F1 GTR because it was the coolest car way back in the way. Oh God, no!
I wouldn't want to own one. To be honest, I don't even want to drive. I'm terrified.
If I ever get a vehicle, it is going to be the most utilitarian vehicle in the goddamn universe. It's going to be one of those ones that like can seat 70 but also turns into like a truck the size of a house. That's the kind of shit that I'm quite into. And like it's just full of cool gadgets.
In my experience, guys,
whether or not that ever happens
small
is
dicks and don't use them. Well, if I had a muscle car, that would be me.
Evie's just a 2-ton milk float that burned £50 notes instead of petrol. Quite like that. How would you feel if it began to rain whiskey? Guess it would be a bit inconvenient because you wouldn't be the only one getting it. I feel like it would do have other problems too. Like, acid rain is bad enough, but I'm pretty sure that enough whiskey rain would probably melt a building. At least if it was made out of the wrong thing. That sounds like the Doors ref. How far must we go to the next whiskey wine? Oh, don't ask why. The chat's going quickly. How dare you? You're only ever quick when I can't keep up. And then once I've caught up, you all stop. It's maddening. I have a 2015 Nissan Altima. The steering is incredible, the gas mileage is great, but the CVT transmission isn't great, so probably not a smart purchase in retrospect. That all means nothing to me. I don't know what good steering feels like in a car. I don't drive, and I don't have my license. I have touched a steering wheel of a car. I have made a car move.
Yeah, so did I.
But it was many fucking years ago, so I know shit all about it.
I was 8 or 9, and I sat on my dad's lap so he could teach me how to do the steering and while he did the pedals.
And then he crashed you into a car.
And he's like, and you do a nice slow turn around this corner. And I was just like, Aah!
Did you do a Tina?
Yeah.
Tina, stop! Stop! Tina!
Because I didn't have control of the pedals. But I did swerve. And then ever since I was just like, yeah, driving's not for me. This is way too much things to pay attention to.
Yeah, I would have driven if I hadn't have moved up north. Because where I lived, there was no fucking way I could have existed as a human being without driving. Just, it was such a ridiculous place. There was no public transportation anywhere. But when I moved to Yorkshire, oh my god. Like, they all bitch and moan about the fucking buses. And I was like, there's more than one a day? And they go other places? This is fucking madness. I could travel so much further. And at that point, I've just never needed to drive since. Because I can always get everywhere I need to go.
Thanks, Dick. Yeah, I'm short, but I'm not that short now. When I was 8 or 9, maybe, I was very, very short. So.
She was a baby. It was many moons ago. Now she's an old lady and still quite short. I want to get some Jefferson's Reserve whiskey that's aged at sea. Okay, do it. Do it now. Do it before you chicken out.
Buy. Purchase.
Shit, you're the second British dude I watch that doesn't drive. Crazy. Well, you don't need to drive in Britain. If you live in the right place, you just don't need to drive.
A lot of things are kind of close by.
It's very different to the us. In America, everything is fucking forever apart. If you don't drive, you literally can't go anywhere. It's just not the same here.
Like, we can walk to
there's a bus stop.
We could probably walk to like a dozen different towns within the day.
Well, no, it's not even that. There's a bus stop, like, at the bottom of the stairs coming out of our house. Right there. So if I time it right, I can literally travel towns away, spend fuck all, and, yeah, get there in a reasonable amount of time. It's just not the same. I know a lot, even decently, public transporty places in America, are not that great. Why drive when Japanese trains are everywhere? Well, no, they're not everywhere, just in Japan. Fair. Why does no one else take these trains that I'm the only one who has access to?
I have seen Japanese commute, which I'm not happy with.
Oh, being shoved into the train?
Yeah, that
looks less than fun. Especially, I'm a really big guy, so I'd probably kill like 12 people if they tried to shove me in.
I think they just give you your own carriage. Just like, no, we're not going to risk it.
I am miles from a bus stop now. Yeah, exactly. Like, if your public transport is shit, then you're going to be like, how does anybody do anything without a car? And if it's good, then you're like, I don't need a car. Now, there's still plenty of people. My brother drives. My fucking parents both drive. Like, a lot of the people I know drive. But my best mate doesn't drive. I don't drive. My sick doesn't drive. Like, We know a fair amount of people who don't. It's just not as necessary.
We have to be.
It's a nice to have rather than a necessary.
We have to be chauffeured.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, fucking Uber has not killed taxis in this country. Not even close. But what happens instead is there's taxi companies just buy each other up. So if you have a favorite taxi company, give it 6 months, it might not be anymore. It'll be that one big one. Very, very often. Yeah, and they're reasonably cheap.
That's it. I don't drive, I am driven.
Yeah, we pretend we have a private chauffeur.
If my family want me to turn up to an event, they're gonna have to chauffeur me. Like, otherwise I'm not gonna bother going.
You want a surprise birthday party? You better drive me there.
Oh God, I'm not doing.
I know.
I hate surprise birthday parties.
Oh God, we got ambushed with a surprise birthday party for the kids. We were very, very mad. The really annoying thing was that there was this concept that it was about me being bothered about it, but it's actually my kids both have ADHD and autism. Mrs. Sick probably has autism. I have ADHD, but I can put up with things. But I have to take care of these 3 humans who get stressed the fuck out by situations like that. So I'm the one who vocalizes I'm not happy about this, but it's because you're hurting my family, you fucking dipshits. Yeah. So I get quite annoyed. I have made it very clear, don't do that again. You could do it for me and I wouldn't give a shit. But you don't do it for me. Because these aren't, they're not my direct family, even though, I gave them grandkids effectively. Yeah, so it's wild. People who just can't wrap their heads around not doing stupid shit drive me crazy. I hate birthday parties, never had a good one. I could say the same, but I've never had a birthday party.
My best birthday parties is just me and Sick. Watching movies.
The best birthday party I've ever had will be next year. Because we'll be out of the country, away from everyone, not working, and being mostly waited on hand and foot by... well, at least I won't have to cook anything. I don't know if we'll be waited on hand and foot, but it'll be all-inclusive. It's the plan to not do anything, which was very hilarious when we told Mrs. Sick's dad. It's like, oh, you can't do nothing for a week, though. I was like, yes, we fucking can. It's like, oh, well, you want to go here and here and here. It's like, no, we literally don't. We might feel like wandering up to, like, one of the fucking local townships or something, but I want a week.
I want to be away from people.
Yeah, I want to be, we're not going to take the kids. It's my first holiday in 20 years. I don't
want to go tourist spots because the people are there.
The kids are going to be, they're going to have their own little holiday, basically. They're going to the beach for basically as long as we're going on holiday. But yeah, it's like going to be our first proper holiday together. And doing nothing is going to be fucking amazing. But how many weeks is it away now? Approximately.
42.
Yeah. 42. The kids would love that.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Doing nothing seems pretty boring to me. But what if you've haven't been on holiday in 20 years and you just want a week where you don't have to do all the shit?
He says not doing anything, but we'll be going to the pool, we're going to restaurants, and then it'll be like going down to the beach. See, we're not doing nothing.
Yeah, I guess what I mean by nothing is we're not going to go climb a fucking mountain.
Just pay to go there, just stand on the border of the airport and then just stay there for 2 weeks.
I think I put it to someone as, if I bring my smartwatch, I'm hoping that it warns me that I've died. The colonoscopy might be a good opportunity to set up a surprise party at home.
Oh, no.
But to be sneaky about it, just tell everyone to arrive at different times as an invitation to just hang out. Who is the surprise party for? Surprise butthole camera. We're going to give you another colonoscopy. That would be pretty fucking horrendous. Nude beach with the six. There is a topless beach we're going.
I don't have a problem with people I know being in the room while I've got a camera shoved up my ass. That doesn't bother me. What would bother me is them expecting me to socialise.
So, how's it feel?
Oh no.
Like I've got a camera shoved up my ass?
It's more like, so what you been up to?
Oh god.
And my brain goes, nothing. Let's just go blank and just not say anything.
You could have had the busiest week of your life and done so many things. Someone asks you what you've done, it's like,
and I'll just be silent looking at them.
Things have ever happened. 10 minutes to go. Glad I caught some awfulness. Oh, you were so welcome. It'd be nice to travel, but all that walking in destinations, not for me. Like, yeah, one of the things I really hate is going somewhere where there's nothing at the end. I'm perfectly happy to walk miles and miles to go to a pub. I absolutely do not like going to walk miles and miles, and then when you're done with it, you have to walk back. That is just the fucking worst. Some people really enjoy that. I do not. The night. So sick the night you weren't expecting. Surprise. Fuck you. Walking is way overrated. I need to do more of it. That's why when my parents and I go on vacation, I leave all the logistics to them. Fair enough. But yeah, it's about not going... I'm just not going to be doing any, like, touristy activities per se. It's mostly just going to be enjoying the vibe of the place and being able to just get up, walk up to a person, say burger, and they just hand me a burger, and then I eat, and then I get a glass of wine off of them because we got it with the alcohol, because of course we did, and just enjoy myself, just live how I imagine very, very rich people live for about a week, and it'd be pretty great. It's probably nowhere close to how actual rich people live, but whatever. That is the tourist activity. Okay, fair. Having a good sit, yeah. What about the fear of being lost? I don't have that. Mrs. Sick has that constantly.
I don't like, because I don't like unfamiliar places, I have a huge fear of getting lost.
Yeah. I am really, really good.
But since Google Maps has been a godsend.
Yeah. I am generally really, really good. Unless I miss something. Actually, I've gotten most lost trying to follow maps.
Also, the fact I can't get lost because I've planned, like, so much of this holiday.
Oh, yeah. We know where all the shit pubs
Like, I know a lot of I know where a lot of the places are, and I know their names and things, so I don't feel as uncomfortable anymore.
The idea of getting lost is pretty scary. Yeah, it's not something that hugely bothers me. I'm one of these people that will occasionally just start heading off down random streets just to see what's there. It has ended up being quite annoying at times because you end up doing like a 3-mile fucking I can't think of the word, but you know, not that way trip. The Blair Witch project comes to mind. There are no witches or Blairs or projects. It's just made up to scare you into giving money. I barely leave my area of Florida, mostly because I fear my car will take another dump. St. Augustine and Sarasota were nice, though. Fair enough. You can't get lost if you don't know where you are. I mean, you are lost, though? It's like, I guess you can't get lost. You can just start lost.
You just don't get more lost.
Yeah. You could start lost. I mean, I'm lost in general. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm just winging it. But, you know, Blair's not real. Blair can't hurt you. Cessic lost his horse many moons ago. I really don't like going places outdoor. Just bugs and pollen, no fun. I guess it depends where you go. Like I said, it's going to be a beach for my holiday. There's probably going to be fuck all of any wildlife. Very resorty place. It's gonna be fucking great. I'm so into it. I was once lost and now I'm found. Okay, I'll stop now. You better.
I am lost in translation. That's a good movie.
I remember it being a decent movie. I know that, but the idea of getting lost in the woods, regardless of whether or not there's a supernatural being after you, is scary enough by itself. I don't know. It depends how big the woods is, I guess. Like, if you go up into the mountains, then, yeah, that's probably not a great idea.
This is why you just prepare.
But if
for
there's,
things.
like, just a local woods that's only, like, a mile across each way, just walk forwards until you're not in it anymore.
You bring your phone. You bring, if you know there's no signal there, then you bring some sort of sat-nav thing. And then you bring a compass. And you bring emergency flares.
Or you just don't go to the fucking woods.
Emergency flares. Like, if you really need to go to the woods, I guess.
What do you need to go for the woods for? Is it nothing? Then don't go to the woods.
Just prepare for it, and then you'll be fine.
If you need to camp, just camp in a field, like the rest of us. We camped in a field early days of our dating.
Yeah.
We ordered what was like 17 boxes of chips to a fence, a fence gate. I said, "We'll be in the field." It was like across the road from some houses, which was where one of the people lived. And so I think they ordered it to their house and said, but don't take it to the house, take it to the field. It was a stupid night. Supernatural creatures are a natural part of supernatural forests. Fair. Happy belated Halloween 6. It's early for Halloween for us. Halloween isn't until Thursday, which I thought it was the Thursday gone. So I'd prepared for it. Found out it wasn't. So I'd done a shitload of extra work that I didn't need to do. So I just gave myself an extra day off, which didn't help. I kind of wish I'd used it for work now. That's what I remember about camping. The way the trees looked in the dark by the light of our flashlights. Yeah, they look cool. Not scary. It's like autumn. Yeah, I'd love to go camping again, actually. It's just... That's one of the things where driving would come in very handy, is being able to like go to a campsite. Does Mrs. Sick have Mundo Gazungas? Does that mean big tits?
What do you mean by that?
I assume they mean big tits, and yes.
In your opinion, to me they're average.
So people do not walk up to you, ask you if your tits are fake, if they're small. Or even average.
Yeah, I did get asked if I had a boob job.
Yeah, that is not the question of someone with small tits. Well, prepare for it. There were some absolute moron from Interstate who needed to be rescued from Cradle Mountain, Tasmania, recently. Apparently, if you have no shoes, frostbite is a risk. No shit.
What? Why would you go? Oh
Why would you go anywhere with no shoes on?
I would go if you're going to like a mountain. I'd go with multiple shoes.
She sounds flat. I mean, in the flat earther sense, where they're very round. Sam Hain is better than Halloween. The witches are real.
I don't know how the sound of somebody's voice determines how big their breasts are.
Fair. I mean, that's obviously true. Show and smell. Jesus Christ. Does Sir Sick have Mondo Gazungas? I do well for myself.
Yes, he does. And they're glorious and I love them.
I beat people to death with them. It's how I...
You probably could, yeah. I'm only kidding.
It's how I fight crime. Baps. Sir Sick is the smartest man to ever internet. That seems unlikely. I'm not even a man. I'm an ethereal being. What kind of decorations do you put on your Halloween tree?
Nothing.
Do you enjoy Halloween eggs?
What the hell is an Halloween egg? And what the hell is an Halloween tree?
One assumes that they're making fun of mixing holidays together. Honk honk. Thank you, Plough King. We needed that. But we are coming up on the end of an hour and I have shit to do. So I'm going to start wrapping up. I hope you had fun. Someone just said fart, which was very important. Needed that. I hope Sir Sick has a whiskey in hand. I hope he does too.
He does in the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Can't you see it? Yeah. So we're gonna catch you later. See you next week, or see you in the next video, or whatever the fuck you do. Have a good one, and yeah, catch you next time.
Hi, have a good spooky day.
Bye.